and welcome back to my channel! If this is your first time visiting, my name is Bwandungi. There's a subscribe button right here that you need to click. And for all the returning subscribers, hi! How are you doing? Welcome back. I'm sorry about my voice today. It may sound a little nasally, and it's because I have a cold. And PSA, for those of you who have colds and you're wandering the world, when you cough, cough into your sleeve. Or carry a napkin with you so you can cough into the napkin. Because I'm sick because somebody coughed on me. But the show must go on, and so here I am. Today I'm going to be talking about supporting characters in a story. And if you have seen any of my other videos, you know that I was thinking about writing from a third-person omniscient perspective, which has since been abandoned because it has the distinct disadvantage of distancing the reader from the characters. And my interest is getting you really involved in the emotions of the characters, so that's been tossed out of the window. The reason why that was important to me is that there are characters in my story who are very important. They are important in their own ways. So the idea of a single main character was something I wanted to avoid. You know how sometimes you're watching a TV show or a movie or you're reading a book and the supporting character ends up being more interesting than the main character? The reason why that sometimes happens is because the person who is writing this character makes them too complex, makes them more complex than the main character, and draws our attention away from them to this particular character and leaves us wanting to know more about them instead of the main character who's carrying the plot of the story. Supporting characters are important because they provide texture and they also provide realism. There's a whole cast of other people who become a part of the story, and some of them will be supporting characters and others will be minor characters. Minor characters, as opposed to supporting characters, are important as well, but we don't need to know much about them. They come in, they have a line or two, and then they jump out of the story to go do whatever they were doing in minor character land. What I have found to be helpful is answering some of the character questionnaires that are in abundance online. So all that you would need to do is type in character questionnaire in any search engine that you use, and you will find links to different questionnaires, and some of them can be incredibly long. Others are way too short, and it's up to you to just find what helps you write your characters better. Some of the questions that you must have in whichever questionnaire it is that you choose: what do they want? What does your supporting character want? And how does it affect the main character? The second important question in the questionnaire should be, what is their goal? The want and the goal are sometimes not the same thing. The third question: what lie do they believe about themselves? Do they believe that they won't achieve this goal? Do they believe that they don't have the tools? Or do they believe that they have the tools, but it ends up that they actually don't have the tools? And then how do they get them in order to achieve their goals? The fourth question is, what flaws have they developed as part of believing that lie, that result from believing that lie? Let's say, for instance, your supporting character believes that a parent is dead and develops a crushing sense of insecurity that may come out in bouts of anger or bullying or just a huge chip on their shoulder for not having a parent. The fifth question is, what truth will they discover as they go along with the main character that destroys the lie that they have believed for so long? Those 5 questions will help you understand what the character arc of your supporting character is. Now remember, it must not be overly complicated because the story is still about your main character and your supporting characters are there to advance the plot. So when you answer these questions, they must not deviate and take away from the story. Otherwise, people are going to get confused and they'll put your book down, and that's not what you want. The other problem I came across was just making them talking heads so that the reader has a difficult time distinguishing one character from another. Your supporting characters must be as distinct from one another as they possibly can be. They have to have different defining features, and those need to be mentioned. Their speech and the style of their speech and the way that they say things must be distinct from one another. So while one character may use a lot of slang in their language, maybe another one doesn't use contractions, maybe one has a drawl in their accent, but they need to be distinct on paper so that your readers are not confusing the different characters. And finally, names with different syllables. Crafting a good story is important, and supporting characters are such an important part of that craft. It'll make it more interesting for the reader. It makes it more realistic because we live in a world with other people and hopefully a universe with other creatures in it. And being able to see different characters' journey from point A to point B, having their own story arcs, can create an interesting contrast for your main character without overwhelming the main plot of the story. So those are my tips for today regarding supporting characters, and I hope that they help you craft your story better. I hope they help you make your supporting cast more interesting and make their contribution to advancing the plot more concrete. As always, thank you for being here with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. If you have anything that you would like to add to my tips, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to share this video with anyone that you think may gain value from it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, here's an animation to let you know how exactly you can subscribe to this channel. And don't forget that you need to click the bell icon if you want to get notifications when a new video comes up. Have a wonderful day. Bye!
Como Maria, Alfea.